mic, brother.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hello, and welcome to the crossover, where nothing is out of bounds and everything is fair game. We have a lot to cover with you today, but first, let's check in with the Tunnel Crew. Please give a warm welcome to Stacks, Aggie P, Rooftop, TP, and Big Teasers.
What's happening, everybody? Once again, it is time for At Home with the Crossover. I am your man, Big T, alongside the usual cast of characters, my tag team partners, the people that make it easy for me to do this. And we're going to start with the one and only, the man that's an Eagles fan. He is so happy, so giddy, so ready to get the playoffs started because his Eagles are the #1 seed. The road to the big game goes through Philly. He's got the belt over his shoulder. He's got the Eagles hat on, got the Eagles flag in the background, got the John Cena bracelets on, or wristbands on, whatever you want to call it. Got the LeBron James pennant behind him. Birdman is his name. He's in the house. What is up, Bird?
Just the NFC title. We got bigger goals.
Okay, all right. Hey, say you're not happy with that. Bigger goals. Okay. Then we got Mama, the Queen, the doctor, the first lady, the entrepreneur, the encourager, the uplifter, the praiser, the one that always makes sure that she says, Queen, I'm going to let you say it.
Blessings on blessings on blessings
on blessings. Her name is TP. What's going on, TP?
Blessings on blessings is going on today.
There
Glad
you go.
to be here.
Blessed to be here. Then we got the man that he's out of season, but I mean he could talk other sports, but his first love is baseball. But you corner him, he'll talk to you about some Cowboys. He'll talk a little NBA with you and this, that, and the other. Hey, there you go. I told you his first love is baseball, but he'll mix it up with the other stuff. Stats is his name. Stats, what's going on?
How's it going, everybody? Look, I've been watching everything the last few months. I even watched the World Cup, and I might get into that later. There
you go, the World Cup stats. All right, and then we got the man that brings the Ag swag to the show each and every week. He makes sure he represents Aggie pride. He got the shirt on. We can't, yep, there it is. Because just about every week he got that logo on his chest. Talk about none other than the man that brings the Ag swag to the show. Aggie P is his name. AP, what's up?
Oh, Big T, Aggie Pride is nationwide.
Nationwide.
Yes.
There we go. We saved one of the best, because all of us are the best. So we'll say one of the best for last. He's a guy that we question. We don't know. We don't know if he can see or not, because he wears these sunglasses all the time. I don't, it's been so long since I've seen his eyes. I don't even know what they look like,
Right.
But he's got a great smile.
Thank you, sir.
And he has to do that because he can't see. So talking about Radar Charles, but we call him Radar. He's in the house. What's going on, Radar?
You know what? Narrow is the way, Big T, when the playoffs are underway, sir. Thank you for that glowing introduction. Thank you so much again. Thank you so much.
There you go. Hey, together we are the Tunnel Crew, watching everything that happens inside and outside the tunnel, leading to the lines of competition in the world of sports. And tonight on the greatest, the best, the #1 sports show on the World Wide Web, on YouTube, and on the radio as well.
Yes.
At Home with the Crossover. We're going to be looking back at the final week of the NFL season. We're also going to look ahead to the playoffs, do a little sneak preview and forecasting. We're going to act like we some weathermen and women and forecast the future here for the NFL playoffs. We're going to also crown some dogs, give some dogs a little love, a little respect. But first, we open with the hot topics. The hottest stories in sports may not be what everybody else is talking about, but it's the things we, the Tunnel Crew, want to talk about. And man, we got an update on a story that we spent most of our show covering last week. Bills safety Damar Hamlin was released from the Cincinnati hospital on yesterday, flew home, and is now in a Buffalo hospital being tended to by Buffalo medical professionals. And he's getting continued treatment there. He is currently listed as in stable condition. Now think about the journey this man has had. Last Monday night, just a week ago, he had to get CPR on the field, resuscitated on the field, and was listed in critical condition practically all week, And as the days went by and the prayers were going up, man, the reports started coming out, and little by little, he's got movement, and then, hey, he's breathing, he's on his own. He removes the breathing tube, and then he's talking, and then he did a Zoom call with the team and everything. And I mean, it's a major miracle what we've just witnessed. So Tunnel Crew, just want to hand it off to you guys after we spent, most of our show last week very concerned about this guy and very much shook up over what we saw on the game last week. Your thoughts on the blessings, as the Queens say, of God raining down, and this young man, hey, he's alive and he's no longer listed as critical. He is in stable condition.
Well, Big T, the power of prayer.
There you go.
I mean, I think we can all sum it up that way. We saw everybody praying.
Everybody.
I mean, coast to coast, state to state, everybody. People don't even know what prayer is was praying.
Yep.
So, yeah, and I think, we're witnessing something that's much bigger
Yep.
than an individual that has recuperated. I think we're witnessing something, hey, we all are human.
Yep.
And, we have to turn to God, in times like these. So it's a great thing, man, to see him sitting up in bed,
Yep.
Watching his team, and then the team came out on an emotional high.
Yep.
And ran the kickoff back all the way back, man. I can only imagine how they felt. But I don't want to take up all the time, man. It's just a good thing. I'm just glad that people can realize that those athletes are human too. They need prayer and just see the work of God at hand.
Yes. Yes. Awesome. Anybody else? Your thoughts on Damar Hamlin? All right.
I was going to say that, Aggie P summed it up. It's a power of prayer.
Yep.
Because, when you look at CPR, you look at the measures that went through, you appreciate more of your athletic trainers.
Mm-hmm.
These are people that I teach, of course, at A&T, and partly at Winston-Salem State as well. But, you don't realize how bad you need these people in sports until something like this happens.
Yes.
And if he didn't do anything else, I'm going to tell you, through this action of what has happened, which is, in my opinion, I loved how the teams came together and prayed on the field.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That really, really touched me to see. I remember seeing that years ago.
Yep. Used to happen all the time.
Yeah. And I wanted to say, I think it happened again around 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
But to see it come back, I would love for that to stay.
Yep. Yep. Hey, anybody else? Hey, like TP said, Aggie P summed it up beautifully. I mean, you really did. You kind of put a bow on it. And I just want to add one thing before we move on, man. I don't know if y'all saw Dan Orlovsky, on NFL Live. He was on there and he said he just kind of stopped in the middle of the show. And this was last week, and he said, "I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but he said I'm gonna pray right now." And he prayed on the air. Hey, bowed his head, closed his eyes, and prayed a powerful prayer. So if you can look up Dan Orlovsky on YouTube prayer on NFL Live, you can probably find it. Go ahead, Brad.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I think this is going to galvanize the players union to get in place some better benefits for players
Yeah.
Versus 3 years, a year in, you know.
Yeah.
At least some type of, services that they can receive after, before, and during their time in the league in terms of to educate them on their health and to give them options in terms of when they step away from the game. Yeah. So that way it's more of it's more of an opportunity for them. So I think even though when something bad happens like this, it's going to be something beautiful to help the players come together and get better benefits for the guys going forward.
Oh, yep. Hey, that would be awesome. That would be fantastic. All right, well, we're going to move on now to the Natty that took place last night. We got to go ahead and get this out the way because we don't want to spend we don't want to waste too much of the show talking about this. Number 3 TCU entered as a big underdog, and the game played out exactly that way. They got to open the kick, went 3 and out, and the game was over. Georgia immediately on their first possession went down and scored a touchdown, and then a field goal, then a touchdown. In fact, they scored on their first 6 possessions. That's never happened in the history of the national championship game. And they scored 9 touchdowns on their first 11 possessions. 9 touchdowns on their first 11 possessions, y'all. And that basically led to what you think it would lead to, a 65-7 obliteration of TCU. And the 65 points is the most ever scored in the national championship game. The 58-point margin, also the largest ever. Check this out. There's been over 1,500 bowl games. That 58-point margin is the largest ever in the history of college football, with over 1,500 bowl games. In fact, there have only been 5 bowl games where 56 points or more were scored. So I guess what we're trying to say is what we witnessed last night, as ugly as it was, as bad as it was to watch, was historic. Written 1 yards, they outgained them, 589 to 188. That's the largest yardage differential in national championship game history. And so that led to Georgia being only the 4th team ever to repeat. They're the 5th team to go 15-0. Stetson Bennett was the MVP. He had 6 touchdowns, tying Joe Burrow's record of 6 touchdowns. He had 4 passing and 2 rushing, 304 yards passing. And that tight end looks like he's ready for the pros. Dude had over 100 yards early in the second quarter, y'all. Over 100, So what we're saying is it was a blowout of epic proportions. Tunnel Crew, your thoughts? We'll go over into the second segment to finish this off. We need to, but your thoughts on that game?
Well, BT, okay. I'll wait till we get back. Hold that thought.
So you go wait?
Yeah, I'll wait.
Hey, it sounds like you got something. You got something big to say.
It's going to make it look like they widen the playoff field for nothing now. Just for teams to get demolished on their way to the championship game.
Say, why are we opening the door for the possibility of more blowouts like this?
More blowouts like this.
Yeah, you'll see some little team get in there like, yeah, we proud to be here, and then get smashed by 70, in the first round. Oh man, well, hey.
Hopefully Dion and company aren't a part of this mix either.
Well, hey, we hope you've enjoyed what you heard so far. There's more of that to come. You're listening to At Home with the Crossover.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the Crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, The Joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life, and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown, INSSERVICE, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry. Join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
All right, welcome back to At Home with the Crossover. And you don't want to miss us. You don't want to miss Aggie P. He's also a Giants fan, and the Giants in the playoffs. So you're going to get to see, you know, the emotions, the raw emotions the next few weeks if they could, you know, make a run. You're going to see it, you know. And of course, Birdman's Eagles fan, so you're going to see the emotions there. And, you know, I'm a Dolphin fan. They squeaked in. So, you know, it's going to be a lot of fun, you know, and you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss Bird. You don't want to miss Stat. You know, you don't want to miss Radar Charles pretending he can see, and you don't want to miss and you don't want to miss the Queen, who also represents Aggie Nation every week.
Big T, if I may interrupt you one moment.
Yes,
how many sick days does Birdman have?
I don't know.
I got a feeling he's gonna be using them when his team lose.
Oh man.
He gonna pull Kyrie.
Bird, don't take that.
Bird said he gonna face the music. He said he gonna face the music. You know,
he live in Philadelphia.
Hey, he just flies to Greensboro to do the show.
Right.
Oh man.
That's for our show.
There you go. But hey, you don't want to miss us, and the way you can catch us is on Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. on YouTube. Go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and tell everybody you know about it. Then on Thursday nights, you can catch the audio version of the original Crossover Sports Show. You can find it online at WLJFradio.com. You can also download the 100.7 WLJF app. It's available both on Google Play and in the iTunes store. All right, before the break, we were breaking down that massacre that occurred last night. And so Aggie P was getting ready to give his thoughts on it. So Aggie P, go ahead. Just, hey, let the people know from a guy that played college football, your thoughts on what happened last night.
Big T, nothing profound. I think TCU left it all on the field against Michigan.
Yeah.
I think they emotionally, physically, everything was left to win that game, and they just didn't have
anything left.
Georgia. And like you said earlier, Georgia was ready.
Yes.
You know, those guys, I could probably was in the ice chamber all week. Refreshing their bodies. They came out. I mean, Big T, I don't think they punted until the second half. Come on now.
And I'm going to tell you, I don't know if you saw what I saw. I don't know if any of y'all saw what I saw. But pregame, sometimes you get a read on things. The pregame, and in pregame, I saw it was like I could almost see the Georgia players foaming at the mouth. I mean, that's what it felt like. And when they got in Coach Kirby Smart's face with the camera and the mic right before kickoff, and they said, Coach, what do you got to do to it? And he said, aggression. I mean, that's all he said was aggression. He said, I told the guys, we're not going to be hunted. We're the hunters. And this is our last chance to hunt. And I'm telling you, I saw a team that was supremely confident. They must have saw something on film or their game plan, but they said this.
They had a great game plan.
Yeah, they looked like a team that was basically saying this team cannot beat us.
Right.
And that's how they played. You know, it's one thing to think that and to feel that way and act that way, but you got to go out and back it up with your play, and they did.
And they did.
Anybody else?
I didn't see what Aggie P saw. I looked like a JV team against a varsity championship team, and this is the blue-gray game or something like that. I was just like,
They
wow.
had nothing left, Radar. Those guys were defeated, man.
Yeah.
So they were done.
Yeah.
And I wonder if this is going to kind of humble those other schools that are up and coming.
Yeah.
To try to step up in that lane with those guys that keep those dogs.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, they always say in big time college football, the difference is the depth, you know, because, you know, teams like Alabama, Georgia, Clemson, they go 3 deep, you know what I'm saying? You know, they're not having much of a drop off when they bring the next string in. Teams like TCU, you know, they might be able to go second level with some guys, but across the board, they can't, you know? And so anyway, any more thoughts before we move on? Because like I said, we don't want to spend too much time talking about that. I'll leave you with this one thing. People that want to blast TCU and say they didn't deserve to be there and they're trash and everything. They had 6 wins this year against ranked teams. 6, including that Michigan win, which was the number 2 team in the country. So don't tell me that they didn't deserve to be there. You know, I just think they ran into a much better team that was highly motivated. All right. Well, week 18 of the NFL was crazy. And it started on Saturday night when the Jaguars continued their winning ways, winning their 5th straight game, coming from, I think they were at one time, what was it, 3-7 or something like that. And winning their 5th straight game to capture their 4th division championship in the history of the franchise. Hadn't been in the playoffs since 2017, so congratulations to those guys. They got in. And then Sunday saw the Bills, like Aggie P said, open up with a opening kickoff, 96 yards by Nyheim Hines. Remember, they just picked him up at the trade deadline. And he comes out there and 96 yards to open the game up, 7-0 Buffalo. And then when the Patriots had come back and taken the lead in the 3rd quarter, they were up 17-14. He bust out a 101-yard kickoff return. And of course, everybody knows they were playing for their teammate, DeMar. And it showed, man. And they took care of business there, knocking the Patriots out of the playoffs. That opened the door for my Dolphins, who had an ugly, sluggish 11-6 win over the hapless Jets. But hey, they slipped in the back door.
That's right.
Hey, they ran
in like a baseball game.
They hit a 2-run homer at the buzzer. I mean, but hey, they ran in the back door before the screen door slammed shut, and they're in. So congratulations. The Seahawks needed overtime to beat the Rams and to get in, but by them doing that, they eliminated the Lions, who were set to play Green Bay on Sunday Night Football. And everybody thought, okay, now that the Lions know they're done, they have nothing to play for. They're not gonna, and they still came out and picked A-Rod off 3 times, picked him off 3 times. And check this out, y'all. They were 3-27 in their last 30 games at Lambeau. 3-27 going into that game. And Aaron Rodgers, ever since he's been quarterbacking the team under Matt LaFleur, the coach, 18-1 in December and January games at home. So that was a big win by Detroit, 20-16. They got it done. And now Aaron Rodgers' future is in doubt. You know, everybody's asking, is he going to say? Your thoughts, Tono Crew, on what you saw in week 18 that set up the playoffs, which I'll let everybody know what the playoff matchups are after we discuss week 18. Your thoughts on everything you saw. The Cowboys got embarrassed by the Commanders, you know, Birds, Eagles, clinched the number 1 seed. So your thoughts on week 18 of the NFL season.
Well, on the NFC side, Big T, I mean, it's kind of what I expected. I mean, you know, Philadelphia, of course. The Cowboys, they're a little shaky right now.
They
They got some questions going on. Like, I mean, can we do this?
Right. Got Stats sitting with an NBA jersey on.
Right.
He don't believe in his team.
So he done shifted over to the NBA.
He done skipped over to the NBA, Aggie.
Right. And then you got the AFC. You know, we got the Bills. They playing on this emotion. But then you got Mahomes.
Yeah.
Proving that he can do it without, you know, his best weapon that he lost last year. So, I mean, man, I can't wait. I got extra popcorn. I'm ready. I'm ready, guys. I mean, it's football at its best.
Yeah.
But the game between Dallas and Tampa, I don't want either one of those teams to win.
So you don't want either one?
No.
Somebody got to win it, though.
Somebody got to win it.
Somebody got to go.
So I went with the Cowboys. Stats. I went with your Cowboys. So come on, Cowboys. Let's get it done.
Get it done. Send Brady home, bro.
Right.
All right. Hey, anybody else want to comment on Week 18, the happenings? Oh, and I forgot to mention, when you mentioned Mahomes, I forgot to mention that they demolished the Raiders on Saturday. What was it, 31-10 or something like that, 31-30? And they did that ring around the rosy huddle.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that?
Yeah, it looked like something out of Circus du Soleil. I said, what in the world? What is this?
And it worked, man.
Yeah.
Until it got called back for a penalty. But hey, looking at that guy though, 5,400 yards, set a career high. This is the second time going over 5,000 yards passing. Set a career high, 41 passing touchdowns and 4 rushing touchdowns for a total of 45 touchdowns on the season. Everybody said he's got 12 interceptions, I think. Everybody said it's pretty clear he is the MVP. Everybody agree with that? You think Mahomes is the man?
He gets my vote.
Yeah.
I second that.
Especially when you lose a weapon like Tyreek Hill and you put up more, you put up bigger numbers.
Yes.
I mean,
and to bring Birdman into this conversation, you know, somebody had the nerve to act like Jalen Hurts deserved it over Mahomes. I said, what?
Look at Bird.
Jalen Hurts deserves it. Mahomes has had enough credit. We give Mahomes too much credit. Jalen Hurts, he is the heart and soul of Philadelphia. Think about this. He misses 2 games. The team plays like trash. Gets back on the field against the Giants. Don't need to really beat up the Giants. Gets back out there. We simplify the game plan and still win it. Even though they put up some points.
Whoa.
Still win it.
Whoa. Now, we played our second string players and it came down to an onside kick now.
There you go.
I
would have lost regardless. You could have had Daniel Jones up out there with Saquon Barkley. It still wouldn't have made no difference.
Like Radar said, I hope you got a lot of sick days.
Wow.
He gonna be MIA. I'm telling you. He gonna have to send out a search party.
San Francisco 49ers, I'm not worried about them. They copycat us. They drop Bosa back into coverage just like we do with Reddick.
49ers, man, 10 in a row, yo. 10 in a row. You know,
Purdy gonna show y'all why he third string. Purdy.
Okay. We're gonna have to send missionaries to his house after the playoffs, man.
I think what you're failing to realize, though, Bird, is this. The 49ers system protects Purdy. All they ask is that your quarterback don't turn the ball over. And that was the problem with Garoppolo. He turned the ball over too much. Yes. Purdy does not do that. Their system is designed to protect the quarterback if you don't make a mistake.
Yeah, during regular season. But this is not the regular season, is it? This is the biggest of the big. This is the playoffs. Do you want to trust a third string quarterback over Garoppolo, who has took you to the mountaintop? Y'all may have lost, but took you to the mountaintop against the Chiefs.
Can I tell you
something? Would you trust the third string?
Can I tell you something, Bird? Tom Brady was a 4th string quarterback.
Thank you.
His rookie year. Hey, said there was games where he was sitting in the stands of street clothes watching the game.
What?
A 4th string quarterback. So there you go. Hey,
this is going to be fun.
Hey, didn't Philadelphia win with a backup quarterback?
Yes.
Was a backup.
He
Nick
did his
Foles.
job. Both
Nick
did his
Foles.
job, but he's second string though.
No,
Backup.
no.
We ain't win with no Ian Reed or whatever his name is.
Hey, I got one question for everybody. Okay.
Yes, sir.
TP, you know, I know you love the Panthers, you know. TP say I pull for the home team. And you know, they pulled it out, went 7-10. You know, hopefully they'll give come on, give me the coach's name. I can't think of it right
Wilkes,
now.
right?
Wilkes.
No.
Yeah, hopefully
Wilkes.
they'll give Wilkes, you know, they said they're going to interview him for the job. So hopefully they'll give him a legitimate shot at because he really turned that team around.
That's what I was going to say. He turned that team around.
Turned it around.
But regardless, anybody that come in and turn a truly losing season to end it the way that he did, I mean, you know, and he got rid of what's his name, Anderson.
Yep.
And lost McCaffrey and Donald in the process.
Yeah. So the roster supposedly got worse, and he kept winning. And think about it. He just got eliminated from the playoffs last week when they lost to Tampa.
Right.
I mean, that's how good of a turnaround he did. So, hey, congratulations to him. Hopefully he'll get a chance. All right, everybody. Catch us Tuesday night, 7 p.m. on YouTube. Go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Tell everybody you know about us. Then on Thursday nights at 7 p.m., catch the audio version, the original Crossover Sports Show. You can find it online also at WLJFradio.com. You can also download the WLJF app. It's available both on Google Play and in the iTunes Store. When we come back, we're going to get into the question of the day.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, the joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life, and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry. Join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
100.7 WLJF.
All right, welcome back to At Home with the Crossover. Be sure to catch us Tuesday night, 7 p.m. On YouTube. Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel is the place. And like I said, 7 p.m. is the time. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends about the show. And then on Thursday nights, 7 p.m., catch the audio version of the original Crossover Sports Show. And you can find it online at WLJFradio.com. You can also download the 100.7 WLJF app, which can be found both on Google Play and in the iTunes Store. TP, do we have any social media shout outs, comments, questions, or anything from the fans and listeners of the show?
Yes, when we were talking about Hamlin, talking for fun, said, hey, Hamlin, God showed up and showed out.
There you go.
So Miss Ann Mitchell, she said, good evening, Tunnel Crew, with prayer and prayers. God is the miracle worker. What a mighty God we serve. Blessings to you and your family.
Yes. Hey, absolutely. And if you give God a nationwide, worldwide, any platform, and you call on him, you say, hey, Lord, we need you.
Talk about it.
You think God gonna sit back and say, "Yeah, nah, I don't think I don't think I'm gonna show up and show out." You know, God say, "Yeah, I'm gonna let the world know that I'm real. I'm here."
I'm tell y'all gonna laugh at me, but I'm gonna tell y'all, I think this gonna turn into a movie.
Yeah.
I'm so serious.
You're right.
As many teams came together to pray, and I've seen a movie similar to this when something has happened and everybody across the world was praying. I mean, come on, they had up colors in France and Paris. Y'all see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Hey.
Number 3 was being worn by everybody.
Everybody.
Yes.
And
hey,
like you said,
Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
By the way, when you said number 3 has been, did you see what Josh Allen said?
Yes.
They hadn't had a kickoff return in 3 years and 3 months.
What?
Okay, think about that. The number 3, they haven't had Buffalo. The team hadn't ran a kickoff back for a touchdown in 3 years and 3 months until it happened on Sunday.
Wow.
Ain't that crazy?
Wow. Wow.
So,
hey, y'all remember when Birdman tried to tell us the Eagles were a team after God's own heart? I think God just found a new team.
Stats is sitting there saying, but wait a minute, we got the roof, the hole in the roof, so God can watch the team play. I thought we was God's team.
I'm glad they got the loss before that playoff started.
Yeah,
They're losing in January, so let's get it out the system.
They get it out the
system.
Hey, and what would be more fabulous than Dallas and Philadelphia meeting in the playoffs?
That would be great.
Oh man,
smacked just like Dak is always going to get.
Oh, okay.
That would be great.
Hey, look, Dak doesn't have to do do anything. The playoffs is about running the ball and playing.
That's
defense.
it.
Dak don't got to do that.
And they got the stud on defense.
Who hasn't been doing nothing for the last couple games? Been quiet.
Okay.
All right, well, hey, let's set up the playoff matchups for the listeners so we can get into our question of the day. The playoffs are set. Kansas and Philadelphia are the 1 seeds. They have a bye. They get this week off. Congratulations to those guys. Number 2, San Francisco will be hosting number 7, Seattle. Number 5, the Chargers will be on the road at number 4, Jacksonville. And then my Dolphins, number 7 seed in the AFC, will be on the road at the number 2 Bills. The number 3 Vikings will host Aggie P's number 6 Giants. And then you got the number 3 Bengals, the team that went to the big game last year from the AFC, hosting the number 6 Ravens. And finally, Stats Cowboys come in as the number 5 seed. They'll go on the road in the Monday night. The first ever Monday night playoff game to face off against number 4 seeded Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So now that the playoffs are set, we know who the teams are. The question of the day for the Tunnel Crew is this: who are the Tunnel Crew's favorites and who is the Tunnel Crew's underdog? So you got to give us a team you think is going to breeze through the playoffs and get to the big game and win it all. And then a team that you say, but if they don't get it done, if they get upset, then I think this is the team that's going to come out of nowhere that no one expects to get to the show. Okay. And they're going to get to the big dance and win it. So, or have a chance to win it. So that's the question of the day. Tunnel Crew, who are your favorites? And who is your dark horse? And we'll go ahead and toss it out there. We'll start with Birdman.
Dun, dun, dun.
Contrary to popular belief, we are a underdog because everybody's writing us off. I don't care if we got the number 1 seed or not. Everybody's writing us off already from the beginning. We have already either we got to play the winner of Seahawks and the 49ers, or we got to play the winner of the Bucks and the Cowboys. And they already saying that we could go bye-bye in the divisional round just because of the fact that we simplified the game plan in one game, which we're supposed to. But my favorite during this whole Hamlin situation is the Bills because they got extra motivation just off of that situation alone, and they're going to be hard to stop during the playoffs.
Okay. So you said your dark horse is the Eagles?
Yep.
I'm appalled.
A dark horse, the Eagles.
Well, I got some. Okay, I got some. I have some actual. I have actual dark horses based upon the Nevada beliefs.
Here we go.
We don't want to hear this.
Okay, we're gonna go with
From worse to worser.
Right.
the Los Angeles Chargers. This team has a defense that, when they're motivated, they can shut you down. When they're motivated.
When they're motivated.
That typically doesn't happen till second half, but in the playoffs, games are still won in the second half a lot of the time.
Okay.
They're also really deep at wide receiver, and they do have a running game they never use. No one's talking about the Chargers. Nobody's talking about them. Another dark horse. I'll give some love to the New York Giants. Very strong.
I hear a lot of people picking the Giants to win this week, man.
I mean, they could easily win the game. They could have beaten them the last time. Daniel Jones has improved as a quarterback, and honestly, it's not much difference between Daniel Jones and Kirk Cousins. When you look at the track record of their career, they're on a similar track right now. I think the Giants can win that game. It could be a close one, might take a field goal, some excellent defensive plays, but their defense has been great all season. Favorite, I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals. You talked a lot about Georgia and the depth in college football. I look at Cincinnati and I see depth everywhere. And it's been that way since Joe was at LSU. So
they just
I don't think
a quarterback, huh?
The Super Bowl again. And I think that they can beat Kansas City again because they keep beating them. It's not like they're scared of the Chiefs. So
yeah, they do own them. I have to admit that they own the Chiefs. All right. So you're basically saying the Chargers or the Giants. We only asked for one, but you gave us two dark horses.
I give you one for each league. One for each league.
And then you said the Bengals is your favorite. Yeah. Okay, Aggie P, sir, give us yours.
I'm gonna follow behind stats. I'm gonna give you two.
Okay, all right. All
right, AFC, my favorite because of home field advantage, of course, is my homie, Kansas City.
My homie.
Yeah, I just love to see him play, man.
Yeah.
And the dark horse in AFC, I believe, is going to be the Bengals.
The Bengals, yeah. Yeah,
because a lot of people, that Joe Burrow, man, he
got swag,
his demeanor,
yeah,
it's scary, man. He's just so cool.
He got swag, as they say.
He got that swag and like he's getting a little bit of that old Tom Brady swag when he turning it on.
Yeah.
So that's my dark horse in the AFC. Now in the NFC, I think, hey, I'm gonna go with Bears, man's Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
Win it all. I mean, you know, home field advantage. I think they could do it. Now the dark horse, the 49ers.
49ers. Yeah. Okay.
That's my dark horse. Yeah, I just like the offensive weapons. Defense is playing good ball. Hey, I just like the style of football they play. So that's mine.
Okay. All right. Hey, that's good. Radar Charles.
Yes.
The Packers didn't make it, so you can't put them as a dark horse. I know they were on a roll, but you know,
right. We're one step closer to getting rid of Aaron. Just so you know, that's on my wish list. But anyway, that's neither here or there. My dark horse is the 49ers. I'm looking for them to take out the Philadelphia Eagles.
Wow.
Yes.
If.
And yeah. And then my favorite is Mahomes. I think Reed got a lot to prove.
Yeah.
Kelsey got a lot to prove. The defense got a lot to prove. So I like them. And he owe Burrow from last year.
Yeah.
I think Burrow should have made that count.
And this year.
Excuse my French. Yes. This year too. So he owe him And nothing better than to come off of a loss than to get a win in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think that those are my two,
Okay. All right. And so the Queen, give us your favorite team you think will breeze through and get it done, and the team you think if my favorite don't make it, then I think everybody better watch out for this team because I think they can pull some upsets.
Now I don't really have a favorite for anybody.
I know.
So, it's a little difficult, but I will say that I kind of like the Giants a bit.
Oh, Lord, years ago. They must got a lot of Aggies on that roster.
If that's the case, you're up there too, aren't you? Don't forget, you became an Aggie recently. You became an Aggie.
So the G-Men.
I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I'm not going against Birdman. I just don't see the Eagles making it nowhere. I just don't. I know that's some fighting words. And I'm gonna tell you, I was disappointed. I was disappointed, but I kind of saw it coming with the Cowboys too. Because I'm gonna say this: when I knew that the Cowboys was playing in Washington, I knew they would lose.
She said, "I knew they were gonna lose."
I knew they would. I don't know why. I just knew they would.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of feel like with the Giants, it's more. They're not. I know this is gonna sound like a typical. I don't want to say woman thing, but I think with the Giants, they're a little closer where Buffalo is, and I think right now with everything that happened with DeMar, I just think that it's like we're so close. It's another initiative to like really take it to the house. So that's what I kind of just feel like that. They're too close.
Almost like they saying, "Hey, Buffalo, if y'all can't get it done, we got your back."
Yeah. Same colors. Same colors.
Right. Hey, you know what? Hey, those two have played in the big game before, and you never know. We might look up and they be there again playing each other this year.
Yeah. And they have a similar culture too. They overcame expectations. Nobody saw them going to the playoffs this year.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, I guess that leaves me and
Aggie P had his hand up.
No, I just want to let Radar. I did see the Giants going to the playoffs.
Excuse me.
There you go.
Y'all would sleep on the Giants. They played us tough. Y'all would sleep on them. They played us tough.
Hey, my underdog. I'm gonna agree with stats on the underdog. I think the Chargers or Dark Horse. I think the Chargers. If the Chargers are one of those teams, they sneaky good, and if they put it all together, they just seem to always, have one piece missing as far as whether it's injuries or special teams or the running game is not clicking one night and the passing game not clicking, defense not clicking, but they've got the pieces, and so I see them pulling a Cincinnati Bengals possibly if they can put it all together and going on a run. They got the quarterback, we know that. And then my favorite, man, how can you go against a team that's won 10 in a row? They just got their best player back. Deebo Samuel just came back. They've been on this winning streak without him, So, I mean, my favorite, now y'all know at the beginning of the season, my favorite was the Bills. I've seen too many chinks in the armor with them on defense. I thought the defense was going to be elite. So I kind of jumped off that ship. But, San Francisco is my favorite. All right. Hey, everybody, listen up. You can catch At Home with the Crossover Tuesday night, 7 p.m. on YouTube. Go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Tell everybody you know about it because you don't want to miss all this fun. And then on Thursday nights at 7 p.m., catch the audio version of the original Crossover Sports Show. And you can catch it online at WLJFradio.com. You can also download the WLJF app. It's available both on Google Play and in the iTunes Store. When we come back, we will wrap this show up.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, The Joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life, and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry, join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
It's time now for the crossover wrap-up report. Let's send it back to the tunnel crew.
All right, welcome back to At Home with the Crossover. Hey, TP, we got any more social media shout-outs or comments by the listeners and the fans?
Oh, yeah. So Talking for Fun said that she agreed with me, and that she's a Washington fan. And she said, have the Cowboys ever beat a Tom Brady lead team?
Ooh.
Tom Brady led team. So she's asking the question.
Yeah. I can't. I don't. I don't.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, I don't think they have.
Brady is undefeated in his career against the Cowboys.
Never beaten the Cowboys.
Wow.
First time for everything.
There you go,
First time for
stats.
everything.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, his season is up.
Even Philadelphia beat Brady with a backup in the big game.
Hey, run the football. Run the football.
They run the ball.
Run it.
Hey, I got a question real quick before we get into our wrap-up part. Aggie P.
Yes, sir.
I was thinking about this, and I said I would toss out there. We don't need to spend too much time on because we got other things to do. But there's been no three-peats in college football since the 40s. Army was the last team to three-peat. So in the modern era, nobody's three-peating. And the NFL has never had a three-peat. Never. You've had teams win 3 and 4 years, but nobody has ever won 3 in a row. Is it that hard in football to keep it together and keep everybody healthy and be strong enough to get 3 in a row? Is it that difficult?
Yes, it is.
It's
hard enough to have an undefeated season, Big T.
Yeah.
And to win the championship. But, you ask for somebody to go 3 in a row when you got the transfer portal, kids graduating. I mean, it is very difficult. Now, Georgia, from my understanding, they have a weak schedule in 23.
Yeah.
They could possibly pull it off. Because Kirby Smart is a very good coach, man.
Yeah. He's a good motivator.
His game plan. I mean, like last night, you got guys running free by themselves.
Yeah.
On offense. That's good game planning.
Yeah.
Somebody in the secondary had to make a decision that allows somebody to be running free. So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's to answer your question, it's very difficult to do, but Georgia has the opportunity to do it next year because of a weaker schedule.
So we might see history made again.
Possibility. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So last week we picked our first games of the year. We basically picked all the important NFL games and the national championship. Picked 4 games. The results ended up like this. Well, I won the week, as the screen says. I got that coveted the first weekly win of 2023. And here's what everybody did as far as the records. I went 4-0 to win the week. Aggie P and Birdman tied for second. They went 3-1. And Bromel, Radar, Stats, and the Queen all tied for third at 2-2. So that's how we went last week. We're not going to read off the games for this week because we know what the games are. It's all of the playoff games. We got 6 playoff games this week. If you don't know what they are, go back to the last segment and listen to the beginning of it where I laid out all those playoff games. So we'll start with me. I'm taking the 49ers, the Chargers. I'm picking my Dolphins, 17-16 upset over the Bills. I'm taking the Vikings, the Bengals, and the Cowboys. Birdman.
I'm taking the 49ers, the Jaguars, the Bills, Vikings, Bengals, and the Buccaneers.
All right. Bromel is taking our champion for 2022. Is taking the 49ers, the Chargers, the Bills, the Vikings, the Bengals, and the Buccaneers. The Queen.
I'm taking the 49ers, the Chargers, the Bills, the Giants, the Bengals, and the Buccaneers.
All right. Blind Man Radar.
All right. I'm going with the 49ers, the Chargers, the Bills, those great Giants facing the Giants. I'm picking them, and then the Bengals and those Cowboys. Even if Stats ain't rocking with them, I'm gonna rock with them to take Brady out.
Okay, all right. Aggie P.
Yes, sir. Let's go with the 49ers, the Chargers, Bills, my Giants, Joe Cool, Bengals, and the Cowboys to take Brady out.
The Cowboys.
There you go.
I never thought I would say that.
Stats.
All right. I got a heavy upset sheet here. We got the Seattle Seahawks because all it takes is one mess up from a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
The Chargers because Justin Herbert liked that. The Bills, the Vikings, the Bengals, and I'm going to go with the Cowboys to get that one win in the playoffs because that's all we get.
Get that one win and finally beat Brady, huh?
Yeah, finally.
Okay. All right. And that leaves us with Bird.
I already went.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You already went. So we're done. We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
All right, good. Well, hey, let's get to our shut up and play or shout out candidates, and we'll start with the Queen.
I'm gonna give a shout out to the new coach for North Carolina A&T football.
That's right.
Praying that we have something good coming into this conference because the alumni are depending on it. So yeah, hoping that some new changes are gonna come around. So 85.
That's pretty good. I like that. All right, Radar.
My shout out is to the new coach, and all I'm gonna say is you better not lose.
Vincent Brown, the new A&T Aggies coach, 22nd head coach in the history of Aggies program. Vincent, you better get it done, is what they're saying.
Yes, sir.
Stats.
My shout up and play is to Stetson Bennett. He earned my respect. Yeah, he won his second national championship. The 26, get out of college. Go to the NFL, please.
Get out of college.
Wow.
Why are you still here?
Aggie
Why are you
P.
here?
Wow.
Aggie P.
Yeah, my shout out goes to everyone that prayed for Hamlin.
There you go.
I mean, just the power of prayer. You know, that's what my shout out goes to tonight.
Amen. Nice.
Birdman.
I'm a second that. Shout out to everybody who prayed for Hamlin.
All right. Hey, my shout out goes to Jason Sanders, Dolphins kicker. Hit that 50-yard field goal, 18 seconds left. Put us in. All right, for the Queen.
Blessings.
For Radar.
Narrow is the way.
For Stats.
I know Brady. I know him.
For Aggie P.
No weapon.
For Birdman.
They shall mount up with wings as eagles.
I'm your man, Big T, signing off and saying no matter where you are, look up and know that your creator is there. Until next time, see ya, and we might want to be you.
That's all we have for you today. So be sure to join us next week for the crossover. And remember, the Tunnel Crew don't play unless we have something to say.